I have a book to read to you that I know you are going to love because you really loved Knuffle Bunny, didn't you? And this is actually the second book in the Knuffle Bunny series. It's called Knuffle Bunny 2. And it was written, of course, by Mo Willems. It says, A Case of Mistaken Identity. So mistaken, that means like a mistake, like it was an accident. And identity is who we are. So maybe like there was an accident with who somebody is. Does that make much sense? I guess we're going to find out. So I'm looking at the characters on the front, and who do you see on the front of this book? Oh, it is Trixie, except for she's grown up, isn't she? She's a little bit taller, a little bit older. And who does she have with her? She has Knuffle Bunny. Oh, so this book has Knuffle Bunny in it too, and I wonder whose hand she's holding. She's holding her dad's hand. Oh, just like in the first book. All right, Knuffle Bunny 2 by Mo Willems. Knuffle Bunny 2, A Case of Mistaken Identity. And there's 2 Knuffle Bunnies. Knuffle Bunny 2 by Mo Willems. Oh, and look, there's Trixie from the first book in the laundry mat where they left Knuffle Bunny. One morning, not so long ago, Trixie took a walk with her daddy. By now, Trixie really knew how to talk. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show Amy, and then I'll show Meg, and do you guys see Trixie down there? And remember how this author, they use like the real photographs in the background, but then they draw in the characters, and I just think that's so cool how Mo Willems does that with his illustrations. So there's Trixie and her daddy, and she's going to show Meg, and then I'll show Margot, and then I'll show Jane, and then I'll show Leela, and then I'll show Rebecca, and then I'll show Noah, and then I'll show Robbie, and then I'll show Tashi, and then I'll show Casey, and then I'll show Connie, and then I'll show Parker, and then I'll show Brian, and talk she could. Trixie was excited because she was taking her one-of-a-kind Knuffle Bunny someplace very special. I wonder where she could be taking Knuffle Bunny. And even as she's grabbing onto her dad, she's saying, come on. And look, there's those speech bubbles that we've talked about in writing. That tells us that she's saying, come on. She's very excited. I wonder where she's going. It's somewhere big building with other kids and hallways and rooms. And the door looks like it says, welcome to pre-K. So she's at school. Right at school. So that says right there, right at school. Trixie couldn't wait to show Knuffle Bunny to Miss Greengrove and all her friends in pre-K. But just as her daddy kissed her goodbye, Trixie saw Sonia. Does Trixie look happy to see Sonia? What do you think? Her face is like this. Can you make that face? She doesn't look happy. She looks a little worried to me. Maybe a little concerned, a little anxious. I wonder why. What does Sonia have? Is that Knuffle Bunny? Suddenly, Trixie's one-of-a-kind Knuffle Bunny wasn't so one-of-a-kind anymore. So why is she feeling kind of bummed out? Because she thinks that her Knuffle Bunny is not one-of-a-kind. She doesn't think it's very special. Oh. That morning did not go well. Ooh, does it look like the girls got along? What do you guys think? Knuffle, 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 Knuffle. Oh, and look what's happening at lunch. It looks like one of them is getting more attention. Are you noticing that? How her Knuffle Bunny, all the kids are looking at, and then her Knuffle Bunny isn't getting any attention. And they're arguing back here, and oh no, what does the teacher do? she takes the Knuffle bunnies right away. The afternoon was worse. When the school bell rang, Miss Greengrove returned the Knuffle bunnies, and the day got better. So they got their Knuffle bunnies back, and their day got better. Then, before she knew it, it was time to go home. Trixie ate her dinner, devoured her dessert, brushed her teeth. What do you think she did next? And tried to escape the mommy and daddy robots from Planet Snurp. At 1:30 bedtime, Trixie was tucked in, ready for sleep. But a few hours later, Trixie realized something. Can you look like you just woke up just like Trixie? She realized something. I wonder if you've realized what Trixie realized. Trixie marched into her mommy and daddy's room and said, "That is not my bunny." Sorry, friends, this book is very well loved, so it likes to kind of close on itself. That is not my bunny. So whose bunny is it? Whose bunny do you think it could be? Trixie's daddy tried to explain what 2:30 a.m. means. He asked, "Can we deal with this in the morning?" Well, what do you think? It looks like she just stood there and kept looking at him. And finally, Trixie's daddy went to the phone. Before he even made it down the stairs, bring! The telephone rang. "We have your bunny," said a man's voice on the other end. Who do you think is calling them right now? It's Sonia's daddy, who also probably realized that her bunny is missing. "We have yours," replied Trixie's daddy. Arrangements were made. That means they made some plans to do, what do you think? To swap the bunnies. Trixie and her daddy rushed across the neighborhood. They ran all the way down the street at 2:30 a.m. Trixie did not want to be late. Wow, isn't that a beautiful photograph? Neither did Sonia. And if you look really closely, you can see Trixie and her daddy and Sonia and her daddy over here. There was an exchange, and the bunnies were back where they belonged. So what just happened? The girls exchanged their bunnies, and now they both have the right Knuffle bunny. "I was so worried about my bunny," said Sonia. "So was I," Trixie replied. Then they both said, "I'm glad you got your bunny back," at the exact same time. And look at them now. Do they look upset with each other? No, it looks like they're giggling. They're smiling. Oh, I like that. And that is how Trixie found her very best friend. Oh, I love that ending. What did you friends think about that? Oh, so what was your very favorite part of this book? What was your very favorite part? And I'm curious, I'm wondering if you noticed any parts that were kind of the same as the first Snuffle Bunny. Were there any parts that were the same or any parts that were different? What do you think? All right, guys, I hope you like this one. I love this series. And I will be reading you the third one very soon. I know you'll like that one too. It's also got a very wonderful ending. Thank you. Enjoy. Have a nice day. Bye.